welcome to a new video. I am so happy to finally be doing this video after like a week. I think it's been a week since she's been with us. That's crazy. And I am of course very excited to finally be introducing her to all of you and to finally be telling you what her actual name is, because it is so weird like saying, oh, you know, that's my parrot, instead of like her actual name. So the way that I actually wanted to do this, it was just to talk a little bit like about her and like her story and how she came to our lives, and then to finally introduce her to all of you. And of course I'm gonna be bringing her with me because she's currently outside, but in a few minutes I'm gonna bring her inside so that y'all can, you know, see her and everything. Let's get started with that. So Lily was rescued by my father. My father works very near like the sea, like literally in front of the sea. I don't know how the thing that we've got here is actually called in English, because I know that it doesn't exist like in every single country. That's something that I really love about my country actually. So my father works there, and there's like a little kind of park in front of him. So there are like lots of trees and like all of that. And when he was, I don't know how did he actually see that my parrot fell from the tree. So basically he realized that next to his car there was a little parrot who had fallen from a tree, which was my parrot. And he immediately put her into like a little box so that he could bring her like to all of us. I know that it's not like a really nice thing like to get her out of her home and freedom, but we look after her a lot, and we are getting her out of her cage at least once a day so that we can get her used to that, and so that she doesn't feel like too close into her cage and all of that. So she is literally a little baby. And how did we actually realize that? Because she's got all of her feathers, and when they are actually babies they don't tend to have like all of those really green feathers like my previous parrot, who was Olivia. We also got her when she was a very little baby. She barely had feathers. She was like a total baby, like even more baby than my parrot already is. But we did realize that she was still a baby because her beak wasn't like 100% developed. So that's how we actually realized that she was still a baby. And she didn't have like 100% all of the feathers, like she still has some of them missing. So that's also the other way that we realized. And also whenever we pick her up, she wouldn't like bite us. I don't think that's the word, but you get the idea of what I'm actually trying to say. She would actually like do it really softly, like she would try to bite you but not really strong, like it's like just like touching you. She doesn't do it like just to be mean, she just does that to like defend herself. So that's also like another way that we realized that. And another way that we also realized that she was still a baby, it was when we wanted to feed her and she wouldn't eat by herself. So our idea was like to literally like leave her the food over there and let her come to eat it, but she had no idea how to do that. And my mother was actually the one who was trying to feed her. No, it was actually me and my father. Me and my father were the first ones to feed her because my mother was still working at the moment. And we just put it like on her beak, but she wouldn't like swallow. So that's also how we realized that she was still a very little baby and that her biological mother was still feeding her. So what we ended up like doing was like to put her food in her beak and make it like, instead of like putting it here, like basically right here so that she can swallow. And then after like 2 or 3 days she learned how to eat her own food, so now she eats by herself. Of course she doesn't eat any type of food, she eats like very like soft food and that stuff, but now she knows where the food is, and that thing that is like there, it's food. So she now eats by herself, which is really good and really nice actually. About water, she always knew how to drink water. I don't know how didn't she know how to actually eat, but that's good, I guess that's good. When she came home she was very very dirty because of the trees and everything where she was. Her beak was like literally black, and like all of her feathers too. When she got home, after like a few minutes of her being home, we decided to clean her, so now she's very clean of course. And the first 2 days she was like always like above the cage instead of like the sticks that she's got and everything, and she would be like kind of scared whenever we put our hands to touch her and that stuff. But now, like the third day, she was making noise, all of those noises that they make, and climbing the cage and everything. It's like she got used to her cage and like being with us and like all of the sounds too. She doesn't get scared about them either. She doesn't get scared about my dogs barking or my guinea pig who's literally next to her when sleeping, like making sound or like doing whatever she does. It's like she got really used to all of us, and it's a really good thing, of course. And now she's just, you know, it's like we've had her for like years and years even though she just came home. Something else that we're also doing is whenever we see her or whenever we pass next to her, we talk to her, like we say hello, hi, like in Spanish of course, and like make noises so that she can copy and like so that she can start talking and that stuff. And that's how you basically like teach a parrot to talk, by just like literally talking to them like 24/7 and like repeating the same word 24/7 until they finally repeat it. About her name, I wanted to call her aria, which is like the song in an opera basically, that it had that meaning actually, because I like my pets to have like really original names, unique names, and that the name also has a meaning. So for example, my turtle's name is Elton, and that's because of Elton John, because I'm a huge fan of Elton John. It's so great. Like for example, one of my dog's name is Melody because it has to do like with music. My other dog's name is Donna because of Mamma Mia, and etc etc etc. I have more pets but I wouldn't mention all of them. So I was like, okay, I want to name her like that. My mother didn't like it, my father didn't like it either, so we had to look for another name. And it was intense. I was really anxious because I was like, oh my gosh, we need to pick a name like right now, because I didn't have like any other options. I was like, whenever I have my next parrot, I'm gonna call her Aria. Like, yeah, I don't care what everyone says, I'm gonna call her Aria. That didn't end up happening. But I still like her name, we all like her name, we're still getting used to her name, because it is weird, like out of the sudden, like having a new family member and with a new name and everything. So it was a hard one to choose, but we ended up choosing the name Lily. So my parrot's name is Lily, and in a few minutes I'm going to be showing her to all of you. It wasn't just me, the one who decided that name. It was also my mother. My mother helped me choose the name. I gave her 2 options and she liked that one the most. Lily is the name of one of my favorite actresses, and it's also a very delicate name that I really love. And something that I forgot to mention is we don't know when her exact birthday is, because of course we don't know when she was actually born, but she was brought home on January 5th, which was the day I was singing a lesson, if you watched my video. And so we always say that that's her birthday, so her birthday is on January 5th. That's how we do with like most of our pets, except for our dogs, because we know when they were exactly born, but the rest of our pets, of course, we have no idea. And here she is. Hi. This is Lily. This is our new little family member. Look, she does that, but it doesn't hurt because she does it like so softly. So funny. As you can see, she's now much cleaner, and there you see like her pig is now like 100% developed, even though like you maybe like, oh yeah, it is, because just wouldn't know how to explain you how it's like 100% developed. It's basically like a little bit bigger when it's 100% developed, and it has like a little break at the yeah, I know, like on here, and she still doesn't have that yet. She's very tiny, as you can see. I'm trying to hold her like this so that she doesn't fly. I'm really scared of that. She hasn't tried that yet, but I'm scared that she does, and if she does, then it's safe here, I think. But as you can see, she's really, really tiny and really a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, don't fly, please. So this is my little baby and our new family member. And I'm pretty sure that's just gonna make all of us extremely, extremely happy. And I am just so happy to finally be introducing her to all of you. I hope she doesn't boo her voice off. I'm really happy to have her and feel grateful for her. Not the eye, not the eye. That's you. Yeah, I know. That is you. Do you see yourself there? Yeah? Oh, okay, you like biting my finger. Hey. Oh, baby, I love you. Love you. Now I'm finally able to say, oh, that's Lily, whenever she makes a noise in one of my videos. Look at her little face. Oh my god. And thank you so much everyone for watching my video. Lily is really grateful for you all too, that you're finally knowing her and that she finally has a name and everything. We are all really grateful for you all. I'm really happy that you watched our video, right? Yeah, I know. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And we're sending you all lots of kisses and wishing you all a really lovely 2022, right? Bye! Say bye. Yay! Bye.